The last bell had rung hours ago. Only one classroom still glowed on the second floor of Crestwood High, room 2B. Inside sat Miss Keller, the substitute teacher. She was quiet, gentle, and always stayed late to finish grading papers. The janitor, Mr. Boyd, passed by her door around 8:45 p.m. and joked, "You'll end up sleeping here, Miss Keller." She laughed softly. "Just one more essay," she said. When the janitor came back 15 minutes later, the lights were still on, but the laughter was gone. The sound of chalk scratching came from inside, slow and deliberate. He peeked through the window. Miss Keller was still at her desk, back turned, but the chalk was moving on its own. The words appearing on the board were shaky, uneven. "Don't forget your homework." When the janitor blinked, she was gone. The chair was empty, papers scattered across the floor like feathers. The next morning, the students lined up outside room 2B. The door was locked. Lights flickered inside, but no one answered. The principal called maintenance to open it. When they finally forced the door open, the classroom was spotless. No papers, no chair, no sign of Miss Keller. Only the words still written on the board. "Don't forget your homework." Police checked the cameras. At 8:52 p.m., the feed showed Miss Keller still grading papers. At 8:53, the room went dark. At 8:54, she was gone. The strange thing, the timestamp kept running, and the camera kept showing the same scene. An empty classroom. Until weeks later, something changed. One frame showed a faint silhouette behind the desk, just for a second. Her eyes glowed white, and she was smiling. Officer Heller volunteered to stay overnight to monitor the live feed. He sat alone in the dark security office, sipping cold coffee. The monitor flickered. Room 2B appeared, empty, as usual. Then, 2:17 a.m. Movement. A shadow near the board. The chalk lifted again, scratching letters slowly. Class dismissed. Heller froze. He leaned closer to the screen, whispering, "Who's there?" The camera zoomed on its own, just a bit. Miss Keller's reflection appeared in the window behind the desk. Her lips moved, but there was no sound. Heller hit the intercom, shouting, "Who's in that room?" Static. Then, faintly, her voice distant, hollow. "Homework due tomorrow." Every light in the school flickered. When officers entered the room minutes later, the chalkboard was clean, except for one handprint in white dust. A month passed. Crestwood High reopened room 2B for regular classes. No one liked sitting near the teacher's desk. Some swore they heard footsteps pacing behind them during tests. One day, a new teacher came to replace Miss Keller. While unpacking her bag, she noticed something strange. The old grade book still sitting in the drawer. Every student's name was written neatly, except one line added at the bottom. It read, "Attendance, Miss Keller, present." She laughed nervously and closed the drawer. But when she turned around, the chalkboard was covered in words again, a dozen times over, written in shaky white. "Don't forget your homework." The lights flickered. Outside, in the empty hallway, the sound of chalk dragging echoed once more. Class dismissed. Fade to black.